chaos
So do
into a state of stability.
do you know the very obvious question I'm going to ask?
No, but so far, is it so far so good?
I agree with you, yeah.
Brilliant.
But there's a very obvious question.
Go on. Who created the creator?
Where did this being, or whatever it is, come
Yep.
from?
Where did it come from? Good. If this being has a beginning,
Yes.
the same questions that we're asking of creation,
Yeah.
we have to ask of this creator because
Yes.
it has a beginning.
Yes.
So if it has a beginning, it must have either come into existence out of nothing or some other absurd explanation which I can't think of.
Okay. So if it came into
So
existence,
just
if it came out of existence out of nothing,
just very quickly.
why can't we?
Yeah, just very quickly. If it came about from nothing,
Yeah.
we have to ask ourselves the absurd question, can nothing have the attributes to bring about something? And we're talking absolute nothingness here, remember? There's a
Yeah,
point where nothing exists.
Okay.
Can nothing have the potential to do anything? You shouldn't need to think about this longer than you need to,
Don't do anything
because it's
about it.
obvious.
So if nothing comes from nothing, right?
No,
Except that.
I'm not asking whether nothing comes from nothing. All I'm asking is, does nothingness, which is the absence of all things, power, energy, time, whatever,
Yes.
does it have any potential to bring about something?
Tell me what nothingness is.
Nothingness is the absence of all things.
Okay.
I know it's difficult to conceive.
No, I can conceive that.
Okay, you can conceive it, right?
See, I think when we die, a lot of people who embrace religion, including all of you guys, are scared of oblivion. They're scared of nothing.
I think the more scary question is trying to figure out whether there's an
I-
answer to nothingness bringing about something.
I accept there will be nothingness. I will be nothing. We all will be nothing.
No, but so you're now conflating 2 points. It's not about us becoming nothingness. The question is, can nothingness bring us about?
I don't know is the answer, and neither do you.
Okay. Now,
If you're honest,
Yep.
neither do you.
But-
nobody knows.
but I mean, I would say
I think it's very arrogant of men or people to believe they could know what the Creator is or know what is given to us to believe.
You see,
I don't think I'm not insulting only your book.
That's all right.
I mean, insulting all religious books. None of them know the truth. The truth
right.
is yet for us to be discovered by
Right.
humanity.
Do you think it's part of the truth to say that I don't know the answer to the obvious question that nothing brings about nothing?
Yes.
You think that it's not possible to answer that question?
I think it's not possible to answer that question. You're correct.
What is I mean, you see, you've heard of the philosopher Wittgenstein?
No.
No. Wittgenstein put it across beautifully. In so many words, he said, there's 2 types of I don't knows. There's the one type where I don't want to know, turn off your brain and not think about anything, i.e. just live your life in ignorant bliss. The other I don't know is the reasonable I don't know, things that we can infer. So if there is an absence of all possible things, that there cannot be any potentiality there, because there's nothing there. Nothingness doesn't bring about something. There's actually a Latin phrase to this obvious paradigm, that nothingness cannot bring about something,
Okay.
right?
So the Creator you talk of.
No, so therefore, we're using very basic rationale here. Rationale that all human beings are obliged to use. They can't say that they do not know, because there's only 2 choices in this regard. If nothingness cannot bring about something, but something exists, then there must have been something that brought about that something.
Yes. Okay, I'll give you that. But where did that something come from?
But it's not about giving it. What's your name? Sorry, I forgot your name.
Steve.
It's not about giving it, Steve. It's about accepting the obvious. Is there another plausible explanation for this? That
Yeah.
there has to be something that brings about something. there cannot be the case where nothing brings about something. If we can accept that as an obvious basic truth, then the question then arises, Steve, what was this something? Did it have a beginning, or has it always been there?
Okay.
Now, this something that brought the universe into existence, if it has a beginning, the same questions we're asking of the universe apply to that something. Wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, because it has a beginning.
Yeah.
So
But we
because,
don't know what it is.
right.
It's
But-
very arrogant to assume we know what it is.
No, but you're missing the point here, Steve. The critical point here is,
Yeah.
if it has a beginning,
Yes.
then we have to ask, well, what brought it into existence?
And how do you know what it wants?
And then that thing that brought the universe into existence, if that second thing has a beginning, then we have to ask, well, what brought that second thing into existence? It must have been something before it. So the third thing that brought the second thing that brought the first thing into existence to bring the universe into existence, we have to ask the same question about the third thing.
So-
Did it have a beginning?
If I accept everything you say,
So do you know what the conclusion is? There cannot be an infinite chain of things that have a beginning that bring about something after it to bring about the universe. The only way out of this, rationally speaking, using our mind,
yeah,
is to either say, I don't know, I don't want to know, turn off my brain and walk away. Or the second conclusion, which is, and the only conclusion is, that that thing that brought everything into existence has to be eternal. There's no other third choice.
let's say I accept that.
If you accept that this thing has to be eternal, and you recognize what I said before, which was that things that exist have to exhibit attributes, this thing is the source of all things. This thing has to be A, powerful, B, knowledgeable, and C, have to have a will, a volition.
I'll accept all of this.
Good.
I'll accept all that you're telling me,
Okay,
but we still don't
so
know.
that thing
we still
we call
don't really know what that thing
so is okay. So okay, yeah, the very good question.
holding the book with authority, that's well and good. But the truth is, and this is to all of you, truth is nobody knows. Nobody knows what happens after death. Nobody knows if there's what this God is or what he wants from us.
All right, Steve, you know what?
Nobody knows
can-
it.
have you-
This is all conjecture.
No, he
It's
pointed to
all
me. He pointed to
rhetoric.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
all-
okay. It's okay.
it's
Let
all-
me deal with it.
If I, this
Go
is
on,
going
Steve.
out, I don't
Go
know
on,
if
go on,
this-
go on.
I don't know if this
They'll
is
be
gonna
listening.
go out or not.
Yeah, it's gonna go out. Don't worry.
This is all just conjecture and rhetoric. None of us know. You won't know until the end of days. I believe there's oblivion, there's nothing, and there's nothing to be scared of that. Enjoy your lives. Don't follow these rules that make you not enjoy life.
So, Steve,
You're making yourself miserable for nothing. Don't do it. Enjoy life. Embrace life.
I've been smiling right the way through this, Steve, just as big as your smile.
Good.
Right? So look, so Steve, it's not about being miserable. It's about looking at the truth.
But nobody knows what the truth is.
But
Nobody
Steve,
knows.
Steve,
That's still the
so
truth.
Steve, I know it's scary.
It's not scary.
No. The answer that we agreed upon at the beginning,
Yeah.
that this God
If
exists.
this God exists, I'll accept
No.
But there's somebody who believes in a different God.
That's all right.
He's calling out for Jesus or whatever.
Yeah.
Is he wrong and you right? Who knows?
Well, we can
Nobody
answer that,
knows.
Steve. Just like we've answered
No.
the question that, you know what, there's only one answer, that there has to be an eternal source
But
that brought everything
there
into
might be an
existence.
eternal source. I've
Not might,
I've
it has to be.
I accepted there might be.
All right.
I'm not
All
going
right.
to say.
I
must
think you're
be.
scared.
I'm not scared
I,
at all.
I think you're not willing to use that
I am.
brain that God has given
I
us.
sometimes talk to what I think God is when I feel troubled.
No worries.
I think that's a human thing. We all do that.
Okay, so can we move on to the next stage? Who this God is and what he wants of us?
Yes, okay.
What do you think?
Well, I've got to go shopping.
Oh, you got to go shopping, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you going shopping tells me that you have a purpose.
I do. Got to get some food for the week.
Why? Because you got to live,
Yes.
right? If you don't get that food,
And it'll be halal because I'm vegan.
brilliant. So you've made
But it is Ramadan, so.
That's all
sorry,
right. No,
you
no,
know,
we're used to it. We're used to it. We have firm faith
So
in,
is it,
in the fact that we're fasting for the sake of God.
Ramadan Mubarak. so
Mubarak, that's the
enjoy your
one.
Ram-
That's the one. Nice one. Thank you very much. So, Steve, the fact that you're actually going with purpose to do certain things in life tells me that you have relative purposes in your life, leading from one moment to another. I got to eat in order to live, in order to eat. I need to meet up with my son and daughter or whatever to be happy, to meet up with them, to be happy, and so on and so forth. But what's your ultimate purpose in life?
My ultimate purpose in life. Well, I didn't have children, so it would have to be hedonism.
Hedonism, right?
Yeah.
Right. So hedonism meaning that you're there to fulfill your base desires.
That's part of it. That's not all of it.
So what's all of it then?
But I like making art. I enjoy making art. That's something
Right.
that brings me great pleasure. I hope gives other people pleasure.
Right. And then that art is the ultimate purpose to your life?
No, just enjoying life.
Right. If you recognize that there is a God who brought the universe into existence and therefore is the source of all things, i.e., Steve, this God gave us the ability to think and know the difference between right and wrong. Do you think that your belief in a God will have a profound impact on how you look at the world and determine what is good and bad?
No,
Why not?
because we don't know what God is or what God wants.
Okay, but
We can only guess. You're holding these leaflets and he's holding his Quran with conviction, but this comes from socialization. You've been socialized to believe this your whole life. You went to maybe a religious school. The people you mix with believe the same beliefs you believe.
you see that person back there, Steve? He was a Christian and he became a Muslim. You see that individual there? He was a non-Muslim, he became a Muslim.
And will their children become Christian?
There's a guy back there, Yusuf, who...
Hamza,
Hamza, yeah.
Hamza.
He was a Christian, he became a Muslim.
Will their children become Christian?
We don't know. But that's not the point. The point here
If
is
they did,
that socialization doesn't mean that we just simply live life without thinking.
okay.
If the truth comes our way and the truth is obvious, Steve, has it been a dictum in your life that if the truth comes my way, I'm going to accept it because I know it's going to better my life? I think that's a reasonable way of living life. If the truth comes out of it, for instance, Steve, we know for a fact...
If Allah spoke to me,
Just 1 second, Steve.
if Allah spoke to me, I'd have a conversation with him. Then I'd come back and talk to you.
Okay, and then if God spoke to you,
Yeah.
right, what do you think he would say?
How could I possibly know that?
See?
How,
So in other words,
how
even
could you
if-
know that's the truth?
But even if, so you, by your own admission, you have no way of knowing what to look for in terms of wanting to hear what God has to say to you,
Although
right, Steve?
I know people say the Quran is the word of God.
Yes, the very words of God. But we say that on the basis of...
There's lots of different Qurans, I believe.
No.
I believe it's changed
No.
over the years.
No.
I've kind of
That's
heard
unfortunately
it
that's a
changed.
rumor thrown out by certain Christian evangelists. It's based upon a pure lie. The Quran is the only book from all the various scriptures of the world that was preserved both in memorization, i.e. oral tradition, and in writing during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, during the founder himself. No other religion has this claim. Christianity doesn't have this claim. Judaism certainly doesn't have this claim. Sikhism doesn't have this claim.
Just so
And neither does
everybody out there
Hinduism.
is clear, I'm not picking on Islam as a religion. I think all religions have this
Yeah, no worries.
anomaly.
Yeah, don't worry, Steve. You don't need to come up with your disclaimers. We're very tolerant, right?
That's good.
We're tolerant people.
That's good.
Because if you're looking for God, one thing that should be obvious is that it should be clear in terms of the truth.
I'll tell you what I've got.
How does that sound?
Hamza,
Go on.
I've got to go.
Okay.
If God comes to me, I'll come back and speak to you, and I will honestly say I was wrong.
Have you read the Quran?
I have read some of the Quran.
Would you like a copy of the Quran as a present from me to you?
It didn't make much sense to me. I'm sorry, it just didn't speak to me in any way. So,
So in the Quran, when God says, for instance, just one verse before you go, when did you come across the verse where it says, or were they created by nothing? Or did they create themselves? Or were they the creators of the universe, i.e. the heavens and the earth?
I can't remember reading that.
But it's a beautiful threefold question.
It is a very good question.
What it does, it pushes you, because the conclusion is as follows. No, they have no certainty. They don't have certain knowledge, i.e. the atheists and the agnostics who sit on the fence or who outright claim that God doesn't exist. They have to face up to this scary question, the threefold scary question, that they were created by nothing, or they created themselves, or they were the ones that brought the universe into existence. And then God says they have no certainty.
I don't think anybody has certainty.
We do.
I know
We do.
You seem that you do.
Because you know why? The opposite answer is so obviously wrong. If there's no God, nothing brought the universe into existence. If there's no God that creates the universe and sustains it, Steve, chance and probability has to account for the complexity of the world. How does that sound? That is a scary thought that keeps me up at night, especially for the atheists.
You have to think about, are you right? Sometimes you have to question, are you right?
You're right, and I have done.
That's very good.
Can I share some convictions as to why I think Islam is the
have to go
truth?
shopping.
Okay, no worries.
Nice meeting you.
And you too, my friend. We're here later on, so if you want to come on, carry on, and
Okay.
more than welcome, yeah? Nice one, Steve. Thanks for your time, mate. All the best, right? Steve made certain points that were, I think, scary for him. Scary points in that at first he said that he didn't want to know whether the universe, the complexity of the universe, everything that exists could have been brought about by nothingness. He then came to the conclusion that it's possible that the universe has to have a creator. Then we asked him the question, then if the truth came to you from your creator, would you accept it? And he said, if God spoke to me, I would accept it. Or I would come back to the Muslims and ask you questions. I said, and what would he say to you? And he didn't know what God would say to him. So if you do not know what God's going to say to you, then how do you know that when God speaks to you, that's God? So it's obvious that Steve, although an atheist, hasn't really, despite living on this earth for a period of time, hasn't really thought about these profound questions long enough. I think if Steve and other people like him thought about some of the questions that I put to Steve, they'll come to the inevitable conclusion that this creator exists, and this creator created us for a purpose, and that purpose requires to be discovered through truth. So I'll leave it there, inshallah. How you doing, my friend? You okay? Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything well?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Riley.
Riley.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. He's on TikTok.